music and promotion.
Hi, I'm Sharon Caddick with New York New Rock, and we're here with Rogues March in Manhattan on a cold night. Here we are with Kenny and Joe.
Hi.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're cold.
How are you doing?
Never felt better in my life.
Oh, good. So this band is unusual for a Manhattan band, usually with everybody following the grunge scene and psychedelic pop or traditional rock. We got something here that's a little bit different and a little bit special. So, guys, let's hear a little bit about your band.
What would you like to know?
Well, why don't you start with the guys in the band and the different instruments that you have?
Well, are they in the picture behind us? Gary plays mandolin and bouzouki and guitar, and Bill sitting next to him is the drummer. Chris Snappy on bass guitar, JF on electric guitar, Kenny on accordion, and
Joe's the singer.
So that's a pretty odd assortment of musical instruments for a band that's, you know, well, it's not your norm. That's why, I mean, it's kind of like you're making it a little bit hard for yourself, but once the people hear the music, it'll win them over. But I don't know, don't you think it's a little bit harder to make?
I think it's something maybe that people aren't as used to as they should be, but it's fresh, it's refreshing, and it gives them a good kick where they need it, you know. The guitars are in tune, and there's melodies. It's a revelation, you know. Right?
I think you're right about that.
Okay.
Well, I was won over. I mean, I'm from the old school. Pretty much I advocated Judas Priest, Kiss, AC/DC. And so when I found your band, I was very surprised that I liked it so much. And I think that once people are aware of it, they also will like it. It's just so different, and as you said, it's refreshing and it's new, it's innovative. Yet it also reminds me of like a gypsy caravan in the middle of Russia or Parisian cabarets. Or
It's funny you should mention that because we're about to tour Russia in a gypsy caravan.
Wow, you'll fit right in.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of different elements in the band. I mean, you have the from the accordion, the mandolin, you have the traditional type of thing happening, but then you also have like the rock and roll aspect with the guitars and bass drums, and it's a unique sound that we have, and I think if people just hear it, they'll be into it. So, it's a lot of fun. That's what we're about.
We've been together a couple of years, and it's more and more people are discovering us, buying our record, and I don't think it's too difficult to, embrace something that's, you need to embrace new stuff and have it challenge you and all that kind of thing, right?
well, how did you guys actually get together? I mean, because it is such a variety of different instruments and also styles. I mean, in a town like rock and roll, a rock and roll town like New York, I mean.
But we're a rock and roll band. And
Yeah.
that's what we are,
Rock and roll people will dig it too as soon as they see it. But how'd you guys get together?
Well, we were in a bar called the Village Idiot one night. Everybody walked in with an instrument, and there was only one table open, and we all sat down at that table, and after a couple of drinks decided to form a band and give Keith Richards a run for his money. Isn't that what happened?
That's how I remember it.
Yeah. We some of us knew each other peripherally or something like that, and we ended up calling the ones that didn't know each other, called this one, that one, and we just sort of, it just seemed, everyone's been in different bands before, and it just seemed like something. It worked out great because everybody wanted to try something new, a different sound.
Right, I was going to say everybody in the band has been on the scene for a while, right? Everybody's all veteran musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, what are some of the bands you guys were in?
I was with Mink DeVille for a number of years, and had a band called Lucky Seven, and I just played with a lot of different people and recording. Wasn't in those bands, but I recorded with people like the Smithereens, Freddie Johnston, Silos, Del Lords, a bunch of people like that. And Bill Gristello, drummer, he was with Three Teens Kill Four. I love that name. And JF was with the Waldos, and I'm not sure who everybody else is with, but everybody is a seasoned musician here.
And where'd you come from, Joe?
6th Street, Avenue A. I was in different bands before, and this is the first one that I've really felt, you know, was the most honest and emotional way of getting some music and some words across to people. So this is the only one that counts. I was in a band called Headless Body, found in Topless Bar for a while, and we used to open for Three Teens Kill Four. Yeah, no, actually, no, I wasn't. That's not true at all. That's a lie.
Well, when I see the audience react to you guys, that's what is also another interesting thing. You know how people in New York bars, they lean up like JR over there?
JF.
So,
Who killed JF?
But he did kill the guy, yeah.
see how he's leaning? Everyone leans around like that with the, you know, the look. But here, whenever people come to see you, they're like throwing their hands up in the air, they're dancing, they're singing along.
Can't help
You
themselves.
guys are like dancing, moving.
Well, it's nice to shake people out of the, you know, Manhattan lethargy. It's, you know, it's, everybody's generally so blasé in New York. You play anywhere else, every time we go out of town, it's sort of the same reaction, people jumping around, dancing, singing along. In New York, we're all used to, you know, shoegazing audiences. They're not staring at their feet, and they're staring at, you know, at that magical point 3 feet above the band's heads. And so it's nice to shake people up and to see an honest to goodness, real life reaction. You know.
Yeah, it's refreshing. Who writes the lyrics to the songs? Do you all work together on it?
Yeah, the band, everyone contributes, and you know, everybody puts their best foot forward, and we all write.
And you know, who works out the actual, the way it's presented? I mean, you all work on
Yeah,
it.
the band.
We have a choreographer who does that. Yeah, she's been working on the presentation for a while. Yeah.
And your wardrobe, how about that?
And basically, we just put on the cleanest dirty shirt we have and hope for the best, right?
So you have a CD out now. Where can some of the people get it if they want to hear it?
It's on sale at Tower Records, at Sounds on St. Mark's, you know, a bunch of different Manhattan stores. It's also in mostly, well, it's in Boston and Chicago and LA, places like that. It's our own label, Arbonne Records, called Never Fear. You can get it at our gigs, you know, anywhere we play, it's on sale at the club. And at some very fine Manhattan record stores, right?
And can people buy it at your gigs? And if they want to come out and see you,
Sure.
do you have like a home base that you always play?
You're sitting in it. This
Patty
is
O'Reilly's?
Eddie Riley's, no O.
No O,
Patty Riley's, 29th and 2nd.
Every
Right.
Sunday night.
Sunday nights.
just like tonight, yeah.
Unless we're on the road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we miss some, but we're here
But mostly.
a good part of the time. But we play all over New York. We played Mercury Lounge Friday night. Last night we were sort of somewhere near Harlem, way uptown, Upper West Side.
Did you get a nosebleed?
Almost.
Almost. Yeah. My God, you must be related
It
to
was
Dionne
almost
Warwick or
close,
something.
yes.
It's I don't think we're going to be invited to play the Columbia wrestling team parties or anything like that.
Well, you got them going too much, huh?
I think so.
I'm afraid so. Yeah, yeah. They were pirouetting all over the place. Yeah. And we play Wetlands, Tramps. Where else do we play in New York? Irving Plaza tomorrow night. This, of course, will have happened already.
Oh, yeah.
This is coming out in a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Irving Plaza. And the Garden. Oh yeah, on St. Patrick's night, we're playing Cafe A Go-Go. This will be out way before then, I think, on Bleecker Street. It's a brand new club that the owners promised they're going to bring original new music back to the West Village instead of all the the bad poetry recitals and Doors tribute bands and all that kind of stuff. Not that I don't love all that, but you know what I mean.
So you have a lot of songs on your CD. I mean, it's like a full-blown album, right?
Yeah, it's 14 songs.
I was looking through it, trying to think, well, which one should we talk about? You know, they're all good. I like Whispering Salvation a lot. I like Amsterdam Mistress. I mean, what are you thinking about when you're like writing these songs? They're so, almost got that, like, you know how the country people singing about their weeping relationships and drinking and like.
Is that what they're talking about?
I mean, it kind of feels like that sometimes, but it's got a whole different feel to it.
We tell a lot of stories in our songs. They're not as abstract as, you know, a Burroughs cut out and paste lyrical job or whatever. You know, they're just trying to, you know, they're narrations. They're people's stories. You know, loss, love, redemption.
Everything everybody feels every day.
Yeah.
From
the moment you wake up in the morning, you light that first cigarette, you shake your head off the pillow, to the moment you pass out 12 hours later. This is what we write about. Yeah.
So are you guys working on any other projects as well? I mean, I know you do some other things around town, don't you, Joe?
I do a thing at the Fez just every couple of months called the Losers Lounge. They pay tribute to different songwriters, and they get a bunch of local singers with a string quartet and a band, each doing a couple of songs. You know, Burt Bacharach, Lee Hazelwood, Henry Mancini, that kind of thing. It's fun. It's just ballads, piano, that kind of stuff.
And I know you do projects from time to time, don't you? Or you do?
You know, I do session work and stuff. I recently did a track with Richard Barone for a Nielsen tribute album. And they got a lot of good people on there, like Brian Wilson and Ringo Starr and Fred Schneider, and a bunch of people.
You work with Fred Schneider?
No, he's on the album, but I just played on a Richard Barone track.
Oh, right.
But you know, that's just like side stuff. I mean, our focus is on this band. You know.
So you're committed 100%.
Oh yeah.
Well, last year we probably did 250 shows. I mean, we play a lot, and sort of like a big family when you play that much together and playing almost every night.
Right.
You know.
So you're busy. I mean.
Yeah.
Isn't it hard when people ask you, I know you say you're in a band, right? And then the first thing they ask you, well, what kind of music is it?
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
tough.
that like,
That's a tough one.
I tell them we're a Nirvana cover band.
I mean, it's got to be the hardest thing. But there must be some way you describe yourselves.
How did Colin describe us that time in Boston?
Oh, that was great. What did he say, Gary? Gary's gone.
Gary's gone. It was like Middle Eastern Celtic rock and roll or something. I don't know what but that's not exactly.
Putting the irreverence back in rock and roll. And,
Right.
Slavonic louts or something like that. I don't know.
It's tough to describe the band.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different elements.
I just tell them that we're very sensitive people who like to dance and sing and tell stories and drink a little bit, you know.
A little bit?
I think you draw a lot from the old world too. I mean, it seems very strong to me. I mean, a lot of American people are not even aware of that other kind of feeling in music, and I think it's great that you're trying to bring that to their attention. Because they need it. If they just realized it and had a chance to hear it, they would love it. So I think your hardest job is not, you know, having the material or the songs. It's getting to the people. Because I think once the people see you, they'll love you. So,
That's great.
New York, New Rock, go see Rogues March, find their CD, and make sure you listen to this band. Because if you don't, you're missing out.
Every Sunday at Patty Reighly's, 29th and 2nd.
Do you guys have any parting words, any words of wisdom, anybody you want to bitch about or say nice things?
Oh, yeah. If you said we could talk about people we want to bitch about, we'd be here.
Let's hear the dirt.
I've got the list back there. Parting words of wisdom. I think Oscar Wilde said it best when he said the only way to eat well in England is to have breakfast 3 times a day.
New York, New Rock, live music.